And we're going to kick it off. So big waves out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see everybody on this beautiful Tuesday. Have you ever noticed I never know the day of the week? And I should, because I do go to church. So that's really my only like set point. Like, okay, I know I go to church on Sunday. I have the call Sunday night. And then usually that keeps me on track throughout the week, but I've been struggling lately. But anyway, happy Tuesday. Excited to have everybody on this morning. It's always fun. And we have another hard word today. I said last week, I said, I'm going to skip this one for a couple weeks. I'm going to like wait until I can really have time to look at it, but it was intimidating me. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump into it. So thank you again, Bill and Susan. Excuse me. Today, we're going to talk about winnow. So we've all heard this word, right? Like we've all heard it. We've heard it in the in sentences. We've seen it in the Bible, but kind of using it in real life and figuring out how in the world do you do a lesson around it was an interesting one, but I enjoyed it. So thank you so much. And what it means is blow a current of air through in order to remove the chaff. But kind of more real world way to think about it is the remove people or things from a group until only the best ones are left, or to separate desirable and undesirable elements. So separate them out and keep what you want. So we kind of have heard this word, at least I have, but what does it mean to us? Like, how can we use this in like the real world? And so the lesson that I looked at was, what does it look like to winnow in our lives, right? What does it look like to pare back and pare back and pare back until we're only left with the things that we want? How do we do that, right? So I'm going to say that the first thing that we need to do in order to winnow back our lives and leave only the good stuff, right? Like we don't want to keep all the ick. To get back to what we want is we have to figure out what's truly important to us. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I know that I can get so busy doing all the garbage, right? Like the 8,000 loads of laundry or vacuuming the windowsills or just all the nonsense that we have to do, you know, feeding these children that eat nonstop. I don't know what it is with that. But anyway, like we can get so caught up in all the little stuff that we can let go completely of the big things that are actually important. So we have to figure out what those things are first. So what I like to do, and we've all heard it in different places, is when I look back at my life, I'm 88 years old and I'm rocking in my rocking chair, I almost said rocking horse, but my rocking chair on the front porch. What do I want to be with me? You know, who do I want to be sitting next to me? Do I want all these little grandbabies on my, yes, I want a million grandbabies. Do I want all these grandbabies? Who's the handsome guy going to be sitting next to me? What memories do I want to look back on throughout my life? And so I've got to figure out what's truly important to me. What do I want to look back on it with fondness? And once I figure out what that is, then I can look around and figure out what's standing in my way to get to what I'm dreaming about, what I imagine, what I hope for, and my current reality. Number two is I've got to know my values. So we've talked about this a million times. Like that's one of my favorite things to talk about is values, 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 values. And if one of the things that, you know, for example, one of my values for the home is I really want a peaceful home. Like what can I do to have a peaceful home? That's something that's so important to me. So I'll tell you, one of the things that I did to get a peaceful home was I hired a teacher. So we're a homeschool family. And I know that sounds a little weird to be a homeschool family, but I hired a mom to be the homeschool mom for my kids. Because what I realized is, especially in the high school years, it's hard. And we can argue quite a bit because mom might be a little bit of a stickler. I don't know if you can tell this, but I'm a little bit strict in some ways and I'm a little bit of a stickler. And we were fighting over, which homeschooling is really important to us, but we were fighting over it and peace is more important. So I thought, well, how do I bring peace into our homeschool? I bring another mom into it. They don't argue with her, right? They just do what she asked them to do. and they get the work done. And then I get to see, oh, I get to do the accolades. Good job. So proud of you. Great work. We still get to homeschool. I still get to be around them. But the fight was pushed out and the peace was brought back in. So know your value so you can get rid of the things that are getting in the way of that. And then number 3, we all know, we've heard this a million places. We all know that we become like the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So sometimes we have to look at our circle and say, are they bringing into my life the things that are important to me? Do they line up with my values? And if the answer is no, maybe we don't winnow them out because we love them, but maybe we pull some other people in that align better to fill up more of our time, right? So bring in the good, not necessarily cut out the bad. Like anyway, we don't need to go, I'm going live, so I don't need to say too much here, but let's just bring in some more of the good and then love some of the less positive, maybe from afar. And then number 4, think about the experiences in your life that brought you the most joy. So I think about some basic things like I love, you guys can see this, I love camping. Like throw me in the dirt, give me an air mattress, but throw me in the dirt, let me be outside in the sun all day long, wake up with the sun, go to bed nice and early because it's dark. Like Rick's like, heck no, don't take me camping. Okay, Rick, you're not invited, but go and just be in nature. I love it. And it brings me a lot of joy. So when I'm figuring out what I want in my life and what I need to get rid of, look back at those things that bring you joy and find ways to bring more of it into your life, right? I camp on the beach, Rick. That's even better. Like sounds fantastic. But you can bring that into, do what you want, but think about the things that bring you joy, find ways to bring more of it in. And then number 5, the last one, and hopefully we've got Myra on here. I've seen her jump on and off, on and off, on and off. So we're going to see. But number 5 is set audacious goals. So when you have those big, crazy goals, like I think about on Sunday, and if you guys were on there, James challenged us all to pick our own goal for the day, right? Like a 24-hour goal. And if you pick a big enough goal, you have no choice but to cull the rest of it out because you are so focused on that goal that you don't have time for anything else. So make those audacious goals and then cut out everything else that stands in the way between you and getting that goal. So I think that's what I had for you. I believe we have Coach Myra. I'm optimistic. And if we do, she should be able to unmute herself.
Yes, I am.
We got you. All right, there you are. I couldn't see you, but I thought I saw your name. So perfect. Hi, Myra. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Listen, I apologize for going in and out, but I forgot my iPad. So I'm going from my phone and it's been a little bit tricky this morning. So, wow, Bill, what a word. I mean, I'm like, really? Winnow? So where are we going to go with it? So when Andrea sent me her notes, we could duplicate the same thing. So I'm not going to really go over everything because Andrea did a terrific job of that. What I am going to do is just concentrate on one area that I think is one of the most important of all when it comes to that word is you are known by the 5 people you surround yourself with. To me, that's the most important component and aspect for anything that we do. If we are trying to flush out everything, whether it's good or bad. And, I kept seeing these pictures, Andrea, when I was looking up the word, and it had wind blowing and little bitty particles blowing out and the heavy ones hitting the ground. And that's kind of how it has to be. My challenge that I want to give each and every one of you is, yes, you need to set audacious goals, just huge goals. But it's going to be much easier if we do the smart thing in making sure that we have people around us that are going to be honest with us. I mean, you don't want just yes people around you. If you only have yes people around you, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed in any way. So I just challenge you, in order to get the best to the top and filter out everything that you need to, you got to be real and you got to be honest. And like Andrea said, you may not really want to boot somebody out because you really love them, but bring somebody else in that can give you that accountability. So Andrew, a terrific job. It's great to see everybody. I apologize for going literally in and out about 6 times this morning. So I was just glad to finally be able to hook up with everybody. But Rick, I'm with you. No camping. No
Oh my
camping.
gosh. I put in the chat, this is the love of camping. If you have teenagers and especially that tween year where all of a sudden they don't want to play anymore, they're really no fun. They're like so worried about what everybody else is thinking and they just stop being fun for a minute. You throw them on a camping trip, they will get dirty, they will play, and you have your babies again. So I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of camping. So, but I'll take the 5-star too. I'll take the 5-star. So thank you so much for that, Myra. That was fantastic. I love you guys so much. We'll see you back tomorrow for a fun Wednesday. I don't know the word yet, but we'll figure it out. But love you guys. Have a great day.
I don't know if Tim Miller's on, but if you are, happy birthday, Tim.
Oh, happy birthday, Tim Miller.
Birthday, Tim.